Adam Segal. He is on the Council on Foreign Relations Director of Digital and Cyberspace and author of The Hacked World Order. Adam, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us. My first instinct on this story was that this was about China and Russia, that this was about Tim Cook telling China and Russia, don't worry, we are not in the pocket of the U.S. government. Is that part of this?
It's definitely part of it. I think after the Snowden revelations, the American technology companies wanted to say to their foreign producers that they were not in the pocket of the NSA, they were not in the pocket of the U.S. government, and they had to put some distance between the two of them.
What do you think about this case?
I think that Apple ideologically very strongly believes in the privacy of the individual user. I think this is not the right case. I think the FBI is overstretching. But I do think we have to come up with some laws and make it clear that technology companies do have to give data in national security concerns.
So tech companies have to assist when it comes to national security, but you think right now FBI is overstepping?
I do. I think that it's clear that the companies have to assist, but this law is not the way to do it.
What do you think an eventual law looks like that Congress comes up with? Because I keep saying, be careful, because Tim Cook has said that, I want this handled by Congress. They'll push this to the Supreme Court if they need to on this one individual case. We want Congress to intervene. But I say be very careful, because the laws governing telecom companies are very clear that the equipment has to be accessible to court orders.
Right, and the laws were written when we were just thinking about telecom companies and telephones. So we need to rewrite them to include Apple and Google and Facebook and others. But I think we need to have a clear debate about what it is we're willing to give up and what we're willing to hold on to.
But do we trust the, quote, elected officials who, frankly, are not experts on technology? We need technology and policy to combine, but then, of course, that's going to change. So what are the limits? There has to be limits. You can't write a broad law. The complaint of using the All Writs Act is that it's broad application. Yeah. But Congress has a habit of writing laws that don't necessarily meet the narrow scope of the issue.
They do, but that's what we're stuck with. We're stuck with laws, right? And we don't want the FBI interpreting it all the time of where the technology is.
But the courts should be in the process, shouldn't they?
The courts definitely should be in the process, and that's what's going to happen with this hearing. But I think it's clear that the laws are not have not kept up with technological change, and we need new laws. And that's why we have so many commissions coming out, right? We have the President's Commission, we have House commissions coming up, and I think we'll have discussions.
Why do you
think they throw a commission at everything and never come up with a solution?
Why do you think the FBI has overstepped?
I think the FBI has overstepped because they desperately want a precedent. They want to be able to get access to the technology.
So you don't believe it's one phone?
No, it's clearly not. They've said it's going to be at least 9 other phones, and others are going to come forward.
You know, kind of to go with what Maria's saying, we're talking about the FBI. You asked, why are they overstepping? What about moving this into the intelligence apparatus, where you take it, in the case of terrorism, away from the FBI?
They said they don't have it. They don't have the access.
Well, it depends.
No, but I'm saying, but move these kinds of
things. To the NSA or the CIA.
To the NSA or CIA.
But that's foreign versus domestic. And domestic, it falls with the FBI.
I think we want to keep the separation between foreign and domestic. Right. I actually think probably the NSA does have access. They've been very quiet about what they want from the technology companies.
So why are we BSing this? Then why not just go to the NSA? This is not a case for national security.
Why do it publicly?
Because the NSA wants to hold on to that access, right? And they don't necessarily want to give it up for this case. They may be getting lots of important information from adversaries abroad. And to waste it on this case doesn't make any sense.
Everything you're saying is underlining what I've been feeling, and that is that the FBI did overstep on this, that people do not want their privacy impacted, and this is what this is going to do.
I think they tried to make this a case that said, no, this is very limited, right? It's only this one specific phone for a clear terrorist.
It's not true.
But in this case, I don't think it's true.
Adam, good to see you.
Thanks,
Thanks so much. Adam Segal there.